Good afternoon, I'm Ewan Maxwell. It's Thursday the 5th of March and this is your UWS News Sport Update. Today we'll have on the news, we'll have Celtic's bumper kick deal and we'll discuss what matches Andy Murray will be appearing in this weekend's Davis Cup tie. But first, we'll take a look at the Rangers EGM at Ibrox and what it means for the club going forward. Joining me to discuss the latest going-ons is our Chief Football Correspondent, Michael Temlett. Michael, is the EGM set to go ahead tomorrow as planned?
Well, Ewan, it seems that months of waiting is finally coming down to tomorrow, where Dave King is set to take control of the Ibrox side. Despite the club's shares being suspended by the nomad WH Ireland, King insists his takeover will go ahead.
So will King be in charge this time tomorrow?
It's not as straightforward as that for the businessman, and he'll have to pass a fit and proper test from the SFA. King announced today that Paul Murray would stand in as chairman while he awaits due diligence.
So will there be any immediate changes taking place at Ibrox?
For the time being, it appears that King will elect his own men to the board, and the businessman will look to rid the club of the previous regime. On the park, King will have to start the search for a new manager, as Ken McDowell will be leaving at the end of the season. However, the 51-year-old has admitted that Saturday's clash with Cowdenbeath could be his last game.
So who are the candidates to take over?
Well, the bookies have former Fulham boss Felix Magath as the favourite. However, Nicky Laws today backed his former Motherwell boss, Stuart McCall, to take over. All will become clear tomorrow after the EGM.
Thank you very much, Michael. Across Glasgow now to Celtic Park, and after last night's shock 1-0 defeat to St Johnstone, Celtic have announced a deal with New Balance to be the club's new kit supplier for the 2015-2016 season. The move means that Celtic's long association with Nike has come to an end, but it's a deal that Celtic have described as potentially the biggest ever in Scottish football. The Scottish Premiership champions joins the likes of Liverpool, Sevilla, Stoke and Porto in signing with New Balance. Now, on to tennis. Andy Murray is back in Glasgow for the first time in 4 years. To explain what is happening, here is our Chief Tennis Correspondent, Daniel Kimmett.
Thanks, Ewan. Great Britain play host to the United States in the first round Davis Cup tie on Friday, with Andy Murray leading the way. The British #1 is first up against American Donald Young in the opening singles match at the Emirates Arena. The second match at the Scottish venue sees James Ward face Big Hitter John Isner, and Leon Smith described it as a slow surface. Jamie Murphy teams up with Don Inglet in the Saturday's doubles match as they face the Bryan brothers.
What can you tell us about the opposition?
Well, it's Donald Young who opens up for the Americans. He currently sits at world number 47 and should provide a stiff test for Andy Murray. John Isner, who faces James Ward on Friday, is a big serving type and always poses problems for his opponent. He's currently American #1. The Bryan brothers are ranked #1 in the doubles form of the game, and they should expect to win their tie.
So what chance do Great Britain have of overcoming the American team?
Well, they can certainly take confidence from the last time they played the Americans in San Diego, and they overcame with 3-1 thanks to victories for Andy Murray and James Ward in their away fixture. American captain Jim Courier blamed a lack of atmosphere at Petco Park that time, but the home side won't have a problem at the Emirates Arena, where it should be an electrifying atmosphere.
Thank you, Daniel. And finally, Scotland are out of the Cricket World Cup with a 6-wicket defeat to Bangladesh last night. Join us again tomorrow for more sports news. I'm Ewan Maxwell for UWS. Honest man, honest news.